Where am I? Oh, hello! Yes, my name is Tiberius Wonderstave. And this is a story of a party unlike any other. That's right, the central focus, a veteran, a dashing leader, ready to run into danger at a moment's notice. And he is joined, of course, by a merry band of individuals. That's right. Who could forget Marcus Tiberius Wonderstave, the nervous and dutiful son employed in the town's guard? Or is he my grandson? I think he might be my grandson.
And I've lived quite a sheltered life, but I've been trying to branch out and really do things a little bit more because I've got to look after my grandfather, and he's not really all well in the head.
What?
Honestly.
I didn't do mine in
Don't worry, Grandad.
What?
Shh, don't tell him though. If you tell him,
You're talking to yourself again?
yeah,
Marcus?
just talking to the wall again.
Oh.
Don't worry about it, Grandad.
I've always tried to push the boy in the direction that, I thought would be necessary, and now here it is. I'm forcing him to go outside for once. Maybe then he'll finally get laid, am I right? And then there's Faden, Wonderstave by name once more, Vanasav, an enthusiastic Triton, I think possibly sired her. I mean, she claims that she is my daughter, but I don't know. I mean, I don't really recall going to the deep that much.
Oh, I finally met me dad. Did you know that's me dad?
Hello!
I just met him, but he's lovely.
What was your name again?
It's
Freya?
Dad.
Freya?
Faden. No, she's Freya.
Freya's the other one over there, Dad, Grandad.
No, but would you like a drink though? Oh, I heard Dad can put him away. Someone get me Dad a drink.
As he's sitting there with both hands, with tankards of ale in both hands.
She's getting you another one.
Oh, alright. And who else do we have here? Freya Ameren. Oh, the Elegant Princess from the fallen kingdom of Elmspire. Oh, that's right. Yeah, wait, fallen kingdom? Thought I saved that place. Oh, well.
I'm playing an Eladrin elf. She's a princess, and she's a wizard. And that's all I'm going to say for now. And we shall...
How concise.
I know, very concise.
There we go. Professional.
Seeking arcane knowledge from the legendary sorcerer. Yours truly, Tiberius Wonderstave. Yeah, she seems like a good girl. Very fond of necromantic arts, which is a little bit weird. It's always the ones you need to look after and keep a close eye on, because you never really know what they're going to be doing. Messing around with dead animals and flowers and things like that. Anyway, she also has a very odd man next to her. What is his name? Brindar, the silent and strong high elf warrior is what we've got down here. I mean, he seems silent. I don't know about strong yet. I reckon I could have him in a fisticuff battle, if you know what I mean. And finally, the last member of our party, the one and only, the Bendis Ramble Tuner, as I like to call him, Bendy Boy. Yes, a health elf and a song spinner who's come to put my deeds into song.
My music is pretty well known around the college.
Play a tune for the old man.
Right now?
Yeah.
I always keep my instrument with me.
It's a celebration.
1 second.
Oh, is there dancing?
One moment.
What is that?
Is that broken?
No, my music has been called things like too much to handle, and I can't take one more minute of this, which is clearly people just saying that it's overwhelmingly good. And, they finally said, Bendis, it's time to go and write your first epic.
He's not the first, I tell you, but the boy has got a long way to go. Now, thankfully, seems quite adept in the healing magic arts, which means that, we can't actually keep him around. Otherwise, I think he would have been the first one we'd have offloaded at the end of the day. He has no idea how to play any sort of musical instrument. Yeah, that's actually quite astounding. I believe he went to college for 20 years, and he cannot play a single tune. Who would have thought, huh? But those are our party in this tale, and my word, what a tale it is. So without further ado, I bring you a book by Tiberius Wonderstave, One Last Ride.
When the stars were still young and new to their posts in the night sky, when the earth still mourned the moon born from it, still dripping with its blood. When the kingdom of Galadron tore itself apart without a king. When the centaur herd still rode wild like thunder across the plains of Imon Karak, there dwelt upon the earth a sorcerer, a hero, a man of great and terrible power and legendary potency. He dwelt in Masru at the end of his life after such deeds as liberating the Tritons from the mental thrall of a terrible kraken, and imprisoning the great evil of Elmspire in a flower through spell and sword. But not even his power could hold back the weight of years, and as the veil of time drew itself over his eyes, and he could feel every single battle he ever fought weighing down his bones, he settled in the city of Masru, in the land of Imon Karak. And there, surrounded by friends and family, he celebrates a life of great deeds, and perhaps goes on one last ride.
Here we have it, settled down in the city of Masru, ready to attend a great feast like none other. Of course, everybody knows it and loves it. It's the appointment of a new high priest, I believe. The anointing of a new high priest. Enduana is her name. The anointing of a new high priest is a tale and a cause for celebration across the land, and it brings together all different classes, shapes, and sizes of races, and everybody comes together to celebrate this momentous occasion. However, this is where our story takes a turn for the worst.
An old family friend, Arya, the princess of Ramius, the god of death, is attending this feast, both to celebrate his life and prepare him for his final journey into the kingdom of death. And Arya, the priestess of Ramius, who is older than you are, like growing up, she's been a part of your life the entire time, you know, helped you when you were in diapers, essentially, and has risen to a decent post in the temple, one of the more influential temples. She will rise to her feet. She's wearing a sheer white veil, which is customary for the priestesses of the god of death. Her hair is braided, and each of her fingers is tattooed. One tattoo for each of the rivers of the underworld. And she's matching you drink for drink as you go at it. Yeah. She'll go ahead and raise a glass. Now, since she's the one who got the whole feast together, and she'll ask, once you come back with the drink, she'll raise a toast to Tiberius Wanderstave, true son of Masru.
I'll take that one for you. It's all right.
I brought that for him. Hey, let him drink it. Here, here.
Had to,
Woo!
That's the stuff.
May Ramius be between you and harm in all the empty places where you must walk.
Death.
Cheers.
To death.
Cheers
Now,
to that.
as this celebration unfolds, she'll sort of direct.
You
All right.
sure we're related?
Wow.
And she turns sort of, still kind of looking at you, but more addressing you at this point. And one such a time comes, the most graceful thing to do to prepare for this solemn duty is to enter the Temple of Ramius and say farewell to the attachments of your life, so that the crossing of those 5 rivers into the underworld is a peaceful and dignified process.
What do you mean by say goodbye to the attachments? You want me to
I think she wants you to kill him.
turn
No,
her
no,
into
no, no,
glue?
no, no.
What?
No, I think she wants you to kill him.
You can bloody try, Marcus. Why have I gone Scottish?
He gets Scottish when he's angry.
Itching.
that does sometimes happen when he's angry.
Now, I've always found that paladins can be quite self-righteous. Little ball bags, but, you know, every now and then you find someone who's actually not too bad. Lanra is one of them. He's a paladin of the Phoenix God. He said that Tiberius should go on a great adventure. But before I have time to make my decision and start to set off on a new adventure, well, of course, the ceremony begins. Very fancy, but our heroes fail to notice sinister figures mingling in the crowd, preparing to strike.
From atop the roof of the balcony where you were, unbeknownst to our heroes, in the middle of this ceremony, shadows were crawling along the edges from building to building and moving their way through the crowd. From above, A shadow with a wicked curved blade springs down and screams, "Khotan lives!" He has a wicked curved sword, and he wants to kill your grandfather.
Would we have knowledge of who Khotan is?
Yes. 20 years ago, he saved the city from Khotan, a warlord who made a pact with Uzul, the Lord of Destruction, to gain a horde at their disposal of warriors to attack the city. It was by his magic that the warlord was defeated and killed.
Whoa! Who would have thought that? Unbelievable scenes. Rumblings in the ground. But just when you thought it was over, wow, it's never quite over. A ravage, monumentous earthquake begins to ravage the city of Mosru, knocking everything asunder. Unbelievable. Assassins, heroes, the priestess, everyone getting knocked around, bounced back and forth all over the bloody shop. And my magic, is the thing that they use as a bloody conduit for the thing. Something far away, reaching out, connecting onto me, and using me as a bloody vessel. Can you believe it? Fey magic never should have got involved with it, I tell you.
Alright, the power of the Fey magic has always been very closely tied into your being. It's what drives much of your power. It's the gift you were born with. This did not originate from you. This reached out from afar and connected with you and used you as a vessel.
That's where we were. Yes. Wait, the clip's over? Right, yes. Yes, well, various acts of bravery occurred. Well, of course, what's her name? Faden. Yes, Faden. She saved the priestess. Wonderful job. I mean, that's my offspring for you. So heroic, so mighty, being able to just wrangle people out of nowhere. Of course, you have Bendy Boy as well, helping old Tiberius back onto his feet. And Freya, well, she just quite straight up melted 3 people into primordial soup. It was very impressive, I do say so myself. A little bit erotic in nature. And of course, my son. Wait, is he my grandson? I think he might be my grandson. My grandson, fending off the assassins, finishing off the 2 of them with mighty blows from the hammer. And I mean, that's how you know he is my offspring. Strong stock is what we are, the Wonder Staves. Very strong stock indeed. But that's when it began to get a little bit more wacky. Just when you thought that the earthquakes were going to be over, the Fey magic was spreading and distributed all the way through my body once more, channeled throughout, and before you knew it, bloody trees as far as the eye could see, coming straight through my floor, through the ocean, the rivers, all sorts. Unbelievable stuff. Well, I knew where the bloody source was, and I was bound to try and find it. I couldn't believe it. They'd wrecked the city that I'd been passing through and living in for the past couple of years. After all they'd done for me, now this entire mess is going to be blamed on me. Well, I'd have to show them what's what. So the city is in shambles, and well, I guess I have to run away now and go on this grand adventure like the paladin was saying. But luckily I've got a very, very hardy party with me that's willing to look after an old man and go on one last ride for old time's sake. So I put on my robe and wizard hat, I grabbed my stave, and I grabbed my components, and I set off for one last ride.